picture and cover image on X a day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi changed. And this was the DP, which we say, the cover image. The cover image grabbed the attention as it shows Prime Minister Modi paying respect to the Constitution, which was an issue during the entire Lok Sabha election. Congress had attacked him and the Prime Minister was defending himself. Now on Friday, Prime Minister Modi touched the copy of the Constitution of India kept in the Central Hall. The gesture was seen as an attempt, as I said, to counter the opposition's claim that the BJP would abolish, change certain parts, do away of the Constitution if voted to power with ab ki baar 400 par, 2/3 majority or full majority, a huge majority. This was a running theme. But that's okay. A lot of people tweeted. But then today Rahul Gandhi directly attacked the Prime Minister with a copy of Constitution in his hand. This meeting took place at Mallapuram on Wednesday, and he made a point on the issue of Constitution and amendment. Let me tell you, the impact of this debate on Constitution has been immense. And I am not going to get into right or wrong, it's a different debate right now. BJP lost significant chunk of SC vote. The ST vote was not affected, but SC vote was definitely affected. Now let me play out the bite of Rahul Gandhi.
21st century is a visual century. Images have become much more important. Before the election, you saw BJP leaders saying, we will tear up the Constitution, we will throw the Constitution away, we will change the Constitution. Arrogance of power. After the election, you saw the Prime Minister doing this to the Constitution. So you can see that the people of India have spoken. And also notice that hatred has been defeated by love and affection. 21st century is a visual century. Images have become much more important. Before the election, you saw BJP leaders saying, we will tear up the Constitution, we will throw the Constitution away, we will change the Constitution. Arrogance of power. After the election, you saw the Prime Minister doing this to the Constitution. So you can see that the people of India have spoken. And also notice that hatred has been defeated by love and affection. 21st century is a visual century. Images have become much more important. Before the election, you saw BJP leaders saying, we will tear up the Constitution, we will throw the Constitution away, we will change the Constitution. Arrogance of power. After the election, you saw the Prime Minister doing this to the Constitution. So you can see that the people of India have spoken. And also notice that hatred has been defeated by love and affection.
In the studio, I am joined by my input editor Brijesh Pandey and Mr. Ajit Jha, political analyst. First to you, Brijesh. I mean, there is no doubt that the Constitution debate did hit BJP's performance very severely in Uttar Pradesh. But it seems to really have impacted the top echelons of Bharatiya Janata Party's leadership. For Prime Minister to go for that DP does reiterate that fact.
Well, absolutely. Prime Minister is a quick learner. You have to give it to them. You just kind of lost the election, didn't get the majority. That in that sense, you lost the election. Formed the government, and the first thing which you do is that you went on a correctional mode. That you went there, took the Constitution, put it on your forehead, twice or thrice and then put it. The symbol was very clear that, that our respect, I mean, this is as per the Prime Minister's gesture, that his respect for the Constitution is supreme. But, you cannot take away the right of Rahul Gandhi to gloat. Had it been the other way around, even the BJP would have done the same. And, when Rahul Gandhi says that we forced the Prime Minister to change the DP and change the DP with a picture of Prime Minister touching the Constitution with his forehead, I think, the Congress can claim victory and the Congress can say that, that we have forced the Prime Minister to go on a back foot. See, it is the fact that the only issue which rang or which had the power of a narrative in this entire election was that if you get 400, you will change the Constitution. And I think this is something which the BJP has realized now, and that is the reason why they are making corrections.
Ajit, your opening comments.
See, the biggest mistake of this entire election was "Ab ki baar 400 par," and "Ab ki baar 400 par" for what? That was never completed by the BJP in that particular slogan, and therefore, when Rahul Gandhi and others claimed that the BJP intends to change the Constitution, and several motor mouths of the BJP, like Anant Hegde, like Ram Nivas Mirdha, ended up, some others as well, ended up saying, yes, we are going to change the Constitution. Somehow the narrative stuck. Again, let me also go back to a few other issues that the BJP raised before the election, during the campaign, and that was, this whole debate between civilization versus Constitution. In fact, I have seen very celebrated writers from the BJP like Shwapan Das Gupta writing about it with a certain admiration that the BJP loves to talk about the sort of Sanatan Dharma and the civilization, which is much more important than the nationalism born out of the Constitution. Nationalism born out of that civilization. That is number one. Number two, the BJP's skepticism about secularism and socialism in the directive principles of state policy. The slogan that the BJP claimed that one nation, one election, that was even announced by the Prime Minister, by the entire party. Now, if you talk to several lawyers, they'll point out that to bring about one nation, one election, you have to change the basic structure of the Constitution. Why? Because federalism is a basic structure. If the mandates of the states are not fulfilled, then you are changing the basic structure of the Constitution, basic framework of the Constitution. So there was enough there, and what the Congress did.
But Ajit, I just want to ask you. Ajit, I just want to ask you. I agree with you. I agree with Brijesh that Prime Minister is a quick learner. I agree. But do you think that these optics really make a difference?
You mean the optics of the Prime Minister touching it on his head?
It's like a bit of a hyperbole. I just want to. It's like sometimes it suits the occasion. You remember when the Prime Minister for the first time entered the Parliament, he prostrated. And he said,
Yes,
Loktantra ka mandir hai. He said, Loktantra ka mandir hai. And people were actually very happy about it, because so much of corruption had taken place in the UPA too. People felt that, at least, here's a guy who really treats this place like, a sacred place. The beating heart of the Indian democracy. But do you think that this serves any function? I mean to say, everyone knows Congress has amended Constitution more than the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's the fact. But does it really make a difference? I mean, so today Rahul Gandhi has scored a huge point. When he was in Kerala, when he says that people may like it or not, BJP may like it or not, Brijesh, but when Rahul Gandhi says that he has done this, the guy has proved a point. That he has forced the Prime Minister of the country. This is what I started with. Absolutely. He has forced most powerful politician of contemporary India to do something like this. Absolutely. Ajit.
Yes, I agree. See what happened in this election. I remember in one of your comments, you made a brilliant comment. You said, "Inke jeet mein haar hai, unke haar mein jeet hai." I think that was the crux of the thing. Audacity versus arrogance. And people sort of loved the audacity that the India alliance displayed and therefore voted for them. Did not vote enough to make them win, but the fact that Congress got almost 100 seats, that the India alliance ended up, with 232, barely 8 seats below BJP's 240, shows that people loved audacity in this election and one could say punished arrogance. So yes, and the arrogance comes from there, that we have the numbers, we could change the constitution. Perception, that perception stuck, as you rightly pointed out, especially the scheduled caste voters, which cares for reservation, the most backward caste voters, which cares for reservation. They voted overwhelmingly in states like UP, we saw the result. In Maharashtra, we saw the result. In Rajasthan and other parts of the country. So yes, I think somehow this whole debate that the BJP has been running in the last 10 years, civilization, nationalism connected with that versus constitution, shows that somehow in the BJP,
irony.
The spirit
Ajit, there is also an irony here. Brijesh, there's an irony, constitution in Rahul Gandhi's hand, constitution in front of Prime Minister Modi, but constitutional values get compromised during election.
It did, and the BJP paid a price for that. It did, and BJP did, because the comment of Mohan Bhagwat is now being seen as a reassertion in the power matrix, which was heavily tilted in BJP's side. That is the reason why JP Nadda said that, we don't really need RSS. And, if you go and talk to people who are on the ground, it is very clear that, that this arrogance got better of several BJP supporters, and it miffed RSS to a level where they didn't went and, work the way they would have. And this arrogance paid, and that is the reason why, when Rahul Gandhi does this, usually in yesteryears, like 6 months before, the BJP would have still now, launched at least 100 videos or memes making fun of Rahul Gandhi. Not a single such thing has come out, because the BJP also privately believes that that was one area in which they were defeated very fairly and squarely. All you say that, that the opposition, the new narrative is they want to build is that the opposition used false facts. But where are you going to take away Pratap Simha, Diya Singh, Acharya Pramod Krishnan, who migrated from Congress to BJP, Lallu Singh, who is a Faizabad MP? These are BJP MPs who said we need 400 to change the constitution.
Ajit, there were a couple of articles I read, and one of them said that interesting point to note is that the constitutional protection is equal for SCs and STs, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. But it is the scheduled caste which moved, not the scheduled tribe. That's very interesting.
This is a bit of a speculation. If you look at the last CSDS data of 2019, it said only 30% of the scheduled caste had actually voted for the BJP in 2019. So, this has to be sort of investigated and understood much more than the simply we explain not a scheduled tribe but scheduled caste. Sometimes we make ecological fallacy because, in UP, all those seats where the Bahujan Samaj Party had won last time, there I think the India Alliance ended up doing well. The Bahujan Samaj Party's vote moved toward the India Alliance. All that needs to be probed much more before we come to a conclusive evidence. But if first impressions are right, yeah, okay, it looks as if the scheduled castes were affected much more, or the Congress and the India Alliance were able to convince the scheduled caste more, maybe because BJP has a massive penetration among scheduled tribes. After all, they made a scheduled tribe, in the president of India. I mean, that is symbolically a very big victory for the BJP and its work, among the tribals in states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and others.
Ajit, another thing is, if you look at the pantheon of the modern Indian leadership, if you look at the pantheon of the founding father, then this question, I'll start with Brijesh, and then you answer it. You had Nehru, you had Gandhi, you had Patel, but today the most powerful political divinity in them is Ambedkar. I mean, so this change in Indian politics is amazing. Today, the man who could not win a Lok Sabha seat had to relinquish the religion, left Congress party, was a political nobody by end of his life, today is the most powerful figure. In his name, you can mobilize both the masses and intelligentsia.
Well, I would like to, with due apologies to the court, which says that, nobody can stop an idea whose time has come. I think the way Ambedkar's idea has peaked in this 2024 election, who would have thought? The fact of the matter is that the BJP, which had a massive riding on massive Hindutva wave, and everybody saying that Prime Minister Modi versus who, and even all of us were like dumbfounded to answer this particular question. The fact of the matter is that when Nitish Kumar started that caste census, it had the BJP on the back foot. From saying no, the BJP did a 180-degree turnaround and accepted it. It's a clear sign that how this particular idea has hit the mighty BJP and brought it to his knees.
If you look at the discussions, it's a matter of phrase. Ajit, he is the holy cow. You can criticize Savarkar, you can run over Gandhi, you can run over Nehru, you can have your opinion on Patel, you can have your opinion on Kalam, you can have your opinion on anyone, even Netaji. But Ambedkar is one person who stands apart in the entire ring. Politically today, it's too sensitive even to go for a criticism. Sociologically, it's a phenomena. It's a study in itself.
Absolutely, I agree. One reason, of course, is the strengthening of the Dalit identity, right? What was called Harijan by Mahatma Gandhi, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe by our constitution, is now known more as Dalit. And that is how the scheduled caste especially would like themselves to be identified as. The strengthening of Dalit identity, especially in states like Uttar Pradesh, where we had Mayawati chief minister thrice, even in states like Karnataka, where the entire Dalit politics has been very vibrant, although it has been fractious and broken into 8 or 10 groups. Then you've had great Dalit leaders like Ramvilas Paswan. Again in Bihar, we saw Chirag Paswan and Manjhi doing very well in the seats that they contested, 100% strike rate. So that, and the fact that Ambedkar is popularly known as the father of the Indian Constitution. He was the chairman of the drafting committee of the entire, the 3 years that we had sort of constituent assembly. He was the hero of that. So that, as well as the strengthening and empowering of the Dalit identity. Therefore, Ambedkar has emerged as the tallest leader. But, just I wanted to add, this attack by the BJP on Nehru and Mahatma Gandhi by some of its motor mouths is also not helping the BJP. I think the BJP should moderate its stands and, fight Rahul Gandhi, fight India Alliance leaders, rather than go back and attack Gandhi, attack sort of Nehru. Once I asked this question to a very senior Sangh leader, that why is it that in 1947, when there was a massive riots on both sides, we had a partition, and at that time, when the Sangh was already there, that ideology didn't pick up, but Nehru and Gandhi became important. And today, last 10 years, when there is no partition, when India has modernized, why is it that the BJP is picking up? And he gave me one very good answer, and he said, the murder of Mahatma Gandhi. That shook the nation. Now again they go back and attack Mahatma Gandhi. I think that doesn't gel well with the Indian people. It doesn't help the BJP's cause.
It doesn't help the BJP's cause. But do you think this constitution debate, before I close down my show, is settled?
No, I don't think so.
No.
And no, not at all, not by a long margin. See, the Congress has smelled blood, and they will try to hit out at the BJP saying that these people are arrogant, they don't respect the constitution, and they would try to utilize it to the maximum advantage. One of the key things, as you were talking about Ambedkar and others, the fact is that if you remember, even in the Aam Aadmi Party, there are only two photographs which are there behind whenever Arvind Kejriwal speaks and all. One is the photo of Bhagat Singh, the other is photo of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar.
Absolutely. But Ajit,
Go ahead.
Brijesh says that this issue is not settled. But do you think that is there any big constitutional amendment which is left, because UCC is happening by states, except one nation, one poll? Do you think any other amendment that may impact any community remains? I don't think it's there.
The drama will unfold in a major way in the autumn when the three state assembly elections begin. Maharashtra, Haryana, Jharkhand. You will see all over again these issues will come up, and that's when it will be tested whether the mandate that right now the India Alliance has got is receding or rising, what the BJP got is receding or rising, and the issue of constitution will certainly come back all over again. All of us will witness that. It's going to be the other mini Mahabharat in India. Maharashtra and Haryana, both of them, the BJP is on the back foot. In Jharkhand, the BJP seems from the mandate that it is, on the front foot, but we will know exactly when these assembly elections are played out. But this debate is going to continue in different ways. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Ajit. Thank you so much for joining me. But at the end of it, I would say that the fact that the Prime Minister had to change his DP and Rahul Gandhi could come back and do this in Kerala without being trolled, I would say that he has come a long way,
Oh, absolutely.
Now, no one calls him a pappu, the way he was trolled as
nothing
pappu.
succeeds like success.
Nothing succeeds like success, If you would have done this 5 years earlier, people would have said, pappu.
I'm telling you,
Pappu has
by the
lost
time
it.
he was done through, next 1 minute, there would be 20 memes.
No trolling has taken place today, which means that, which we discussed, the people of this country have not only voted in a government, they have also voted in an opposition.
Absolutely.
And that is why there is a balance of power. And I think that's the beauty of the Indian democracy. So, as Brijesh said, the debate on the constitution, the fight and the contest of the constitution will not end. And as Ajit says, it will start vibrating even more during the assembly election. Absolutely, I completely agree that Jharkhand, Haryana and Maharashtra, the three completely different states in three different directions of this country, will have the debate on constitution, because somehow the Sarna debate in Jharkhand or even the other federal issues in Maharashtra, they'll all start getting tied up with the constitution. Thank you all of you. You were watching On Point with me, and this is the debate which I said shows the power of an idea which can set and recreate a template in any event or any election.
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
केसरिया